Hey folks, I'm Papa Boris, and now that we've got some really powerful builds out of the way, let's go ahead and do some fun builds. I mean, they still have to be pretty powerful to win the game, but a little more oriented towards fun than absolute raw dominance. We're going to be playing a Dragon Knight today. In the summons build, I didn't use dragons, so we're going to highlight the dragon summon and use no other summons in this video. The obvious character choice for dragons is Shana, because the starting dragon itself, plus 2 of the 3 upgrades that come in the dragon tree are time sensitive, so you want to use your rerolls to get those as soon as humanly possible. Weapons, you have some flexibility. I'm going to go with the sword. This is a pretty cool weapon, so we're going to play as like a dragon knight here, slaying things up close and personal with the sword, and slaying things from far away with the dragon. All right, early game, you want to get experience as fast as humanly possible because you want to get those dragons. You know, it's not just about getting the dragon in an early level, but it's hitting the level as quickly as possible because you want that dragon to pop out of its egg, and you also want to get the time-sensitive dragon upgrades going as soon as you humanly can. So here's the sword, by the way. When you are reloading, it deals damage around you equal to your weapon damage. No dragon, so we're going to reroll. Uh-oh, no dragon again! So it's a bit of a tough one. We're going to grab move speed, just because that helps me, first of all, avoid taking damage while I have to like go through the early game using only the raw power of the sword and my extremely limited dexterity skill. But also the move speed helps you pick up more experience orbs, and we want to get that dragon as soon as possible. So the first stage of the dragon's an egg for 3 minutes. So, you know, you gotta, okay, thank God we got the egg. And then the second 2 are time sensitive. One gives extra attack speed every minute that goes by, one gives extra damage every minute that goes by, so it's not just about getting your dragon going as soon as possible, but it's also getting it so that you can get those other upgrades as soon as possible. The sword is kind of interesting. It reloads, or it does the cyclone damage centered around you while you are reloading. So if you get upgrades to your reload speed, it kind of goes against the power of your weapon a little bit. So I am going to not get reload speed. No dragon, so I reroll. I'm going to reroll every single time until I get both of those time-sensitive dragon upgrades. We did not get it here. We absolutely do not want to get reroll to reload speed, but I am going to grab the walk speed. This makes it a little bit easier to move around while attacking, and I also want to get the move speed again to try to get the levels as quick as I can. I'm gonna have to be playing it kind of fast and loose. I will confess there was one video I attempted to make with this build and I died, so some survivability is useful. All right, we got the meta summons, which is very good. However, I really want the actual dragon tree, and it really didn't happen. Okie dokie. So we can take more damage, which is fine. We can take more rapid fire. I'm gonna take this. This is very synergistic because shooting faster means you get to start reloading faster. So it's kind of an interesting situation with the Cyclone Sword where you don't necessarily want faster reload speed, but you do want faster fire rate. Not only does fire rate, of course, increase your damage output, but it also gets to your reload more quickly. Okay, so we're just kind of relying on the raw power of the weapon to carry us. No dragon, so we reroll. And there's one of them. Okay, this is the one that increases attack speed. So by 10%, we got it before the 18-minute mark hit, which is not too bad. It's not amazing. That was the 5th level up that we got that, but I've definitely had it be worse, even taking into account the fact that I have rerolls from Shana, so I am not complaining. Now we are still going to be rerolling because we want the other one, the one that increases damage every minute. All right, at this point in the game, it's a very delicate time for this build because the dragon hasn't come out yet, even if you were lucky getting it. I mean, the game clock hasn't even reached 3 minutes, so it's physically impossible to have the dragon at this point, but the basic Cthulhus are really starting to get out in full force. All right, we have this, which is very good, but I still want that one, so I'm gonna reroll until I get it. There it is. Okay, so now we don't have to reroll every single time. Every minute that goes by, the dragon is getting 10% attack speed and some, 15 damage or something like that. So, oh, and I should mention those explicitly work while the dragon's in the egg. So even though the dragon hasn't popped out yet, it is going to be stronger when it does come out. Now, a couple of quick notes here. You can play with the dragon without Shana. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can also take other summons. I will just be doing the dragon here, which is probably purposefully making this build weaker than it could be. It's just that summon builds always end up kind of all being the same, so just for the sake of variety, we're going to ignore other summons. I will not ignore, however, these meta summoning trees, and I'm going to take this one because this one has a time-sensitive thing in it. Increase summon damage 1% after every 15 enemies killed. Notice it does not have to be 15 enemies killed by your summons. It's just 15 enemies killed in general. So the sooner that we get that, the sooner that we can start pumping our dragon's damage. And I think I guess I probably will be re-rolling for that. I said I was going to stop re-rolling, but I guess if that's on the menu, then I should re-roll and try to get it, because 15 is not a very large number of enemies in this game. We'll be killing 15 enemies a whole lot, so that can add up, even though it's only 1% each time, that can add up to quite a bit of damage over the course of a run. All right, I didn't get that one, so I guess we'll try re-rolling it, and it's not here, but we got some good stuff here. We can have the summon damage and the pulsing, which is pretty good, or the bullet. Right now, I'm kind of relying on my bullets, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the dragon bond. So my bullets do extra damage based on my dragon's damage, and my dragon's damage is going up every minute. So it actually is pretty synergistic, which makes sense. It comes from the same tree, so it's not like that mind-blowing. One of the upgrades in the dragon tree increases your dragon's damage every minute, and the other one increases your bullet damage. So with this gun, or I should say weapon, you can kind of play fast and loose a little bit, where notice I was just kind of focusing on the boss even as enemies closed in on me, because I knew that the sword was coming, but there are limits to how strong that is. All right, we have some interesting options here. I'm gonna reroll just for that time-sensitive damage one, just to keep things simple. In fact, there it is. Okay, so maybe now we don't need to reroll every single time, or at least have to think about whether to reroll or not. All right, this is obviously the best one to get early. It's not guaranteed that you get this as your first mini-boss bonus with Shana. Shana is another one of those characters with a pretty dubious selection of mini-boss bonuses, simply because, not because they're necessarily not that powerful, but because the order makes it very, very swingy. All right, so we can get more fire rate, or I could reroll and try to get some summons things. I think I'm fine with fire rate, though, because for now, it's still my swords doing most of the work, and getting this spin to win business going sooner seems like a good thing to do. Okey-doke. Just trying to collect experience. And then now that we've got all of our critical time-sensitive upgrades, I'm going to be taking a bit of a shotgun approach, trying to just open up as many good upgrade trees as possible. So here we have survivability, definitely no summons, and then magic lens is garbage, so we could do the take aim. The bullet speed's not super great. Basically, this is just here for the damage and the automatically killing enemies, but I think we're going to reroll because there are better things I can get. And one of those things is here. Luckily, it's the only good upgrade here, so I'm glad I got it, is Glare. We're eventually going to want to take the Frost Tree, and Glare applies the on-hit effects of your bullets so that enemies near me periodically get frozen. And since we are playing very up close and personal here, relying on the sword to do some work, that will be a useful thing to have. And in this part of the game, the damage from the glare is not even irrelevant. All right, so we've got more vision, so a higher reach of the glare, and then bullet bounce and some more fire rate. I'll take the fire rate. I just really value fire rate a lot. Mathematically, of course, the more fire rate you have, the less a subsequent amount of fire rate matters, but I'm still okay with it. All right, so we're trying to, oh, I didn't even, I kind of buried the lead here a little bit. The dragon is a special summon. Why do you think, uh-oh, does this summon take 3 minutes to pop out? It doesn't even seem that amazing. It's because the dragon shoots in the direction of your cursor. It's the only summon that you actually get some control over what it does. So here, I think we're gonna take move speed and damage. So as long as I don't get hit, I keep building up to a maximum of 40% damage to my bullets and my move speed, which is pretty good. All right, tomes. We're looking for the Tome of Summoning. Alas, it didn't happen. The Tome of Summoning is very cool in this build because it increases the dragon damage and attack speed by 50%, and it also increases reload speed by 50%, which means that you actually stay in Cyclone mode longer because the spinning sword thing is while you are reloading. Alas, we didn't get that. We have this, which is good. It would be good to have more damage, but it also means I shoot less, which is a little bit unappealing. Walk speed means that you cannot walk while shooting, but it does increase the damage and size of your bullets by quite a lot. I think I really want to be able to move while shooting, though. And then we got this. You know, I'm going to just take this. I have died while trying to make this guide, and having 4 extra HP is fine. It's obviously not super exciting. I would have preferred to have something that like made me better at killing stuff, but I did not want to lose fire rate for the Tome of Power, and I did not want to lose the ability to move while attacking with the Tome of Stillness. So it was either this or nothing. All right, we don't want to reload. Curse you can play with, it's fine. I'm not excited about it. Holy Shield I would take if I needed, and we got some junk over here, so I'm gonna re-roll actually. And there's a pretty good one. Now, I don't have the freeze yet, but this will be nice. Once I get the frost upgrade, I'll be ready to go with that. Of course, it is exciting to have the dragon pulse and do more damage on top of that, but I think I am more interested in the on-hit effects of my bullets. Here, I'm gonna just use my dragon for a little bit, partly to demonstrate how it works. He shoots at the cursor. You'll notice that speed is, Jesus, that was poor play. Summon speed is very, very important with the dragon, because firing those fire breaths more often makes a pretty big difference. All right, so I did take a 40% penalty to damage and move speed there when I got hit, but it only takes 40 seconds to get it back, so I hope it's not too big of a deal. We can do vision range, so we're really building up for this doing freeze in a wider area, but I'm gonna just reroll and I'm gonna look for the frost tree. It didn't happen, but we have this. Okay, I have a lot of HP, so I don't really care too much about the healing. However, I do care about the damage. However, if I care about damage, I should get this. This is 20% instead of 10%, and it makes the dragon do the pulsing. So I feel like that was the strongest option I had there. So yeah, I'm looking for the frost tree, and I also want the meta summoning trees to get fleshed out. I've already gotten a few upgrades in them, but I want more. Notice the dragon is one-shotting stuff. He's doing, what is that? 128 damage, it looks like, which is enough to kill these guys very easily, but the dragon breath does not pierce. It's not super thematic. I think dragon breath would pierce through stuff, but alas. Oh, I haven't even gotten this unlocked yet. Oopsie, we should definitely get it. Yeah, attack speed is a very big deal for this because the dragon doesn't pierce. So, oh no, hold on, it does pierce a little. Okay, it pierces to a degree. You'll notice that when I was firing it into the thick of these crowds, it would go through an enemy or two, but then it would, if the enemy density is thick enough, it does stop. Interesting. Okay, so it has a limited amount of pierce, just not all the way. Yeah, I'm not super excited about this, even though it does come with damage, and even though it does come with piercing. Most of this is the bullet speed, and of course this is very strong. I'm gonna reroll. All right, we're gonna just grab the damage tree. Not only is doing more damage nice, but the bullet speed, or the bullet size upgrade effectively increases damage further. So when I'm waving my Cyclone Sword around, I don't think it affects the spinny part, but you know, the actual attacks of the sword. Can I one-shot these eyes? I do not one-shot those eyes. It takes a couple of dragon breaths, but remember the dragon is gaining damage every minute, so hopefully there will come a time when I am killing those eyes, especially because every 15 enemies killed gives me a 1% increase of damage to my summons, and the dragon's getting damage every minute. This is healing, reload, summon, double shot, I don't think I want, and dark arts, which is fine, but I'm really looking for frost. Oh boy, okay, so we can glare more, glare bigger, the splintering, which can freeze eventually, but I still don't have freeze. I'm just gonna take the bullet damage. So now I've got very thick sword swipes, and they're doing better damage. What is that? Seems like it's about 54. It's a little bit tricky to tell weapon damage because I can't turn the dragon off. The dragon's always shooting the fire where my cursor is pointing, but I believe it's 54 damage that my sword does, which is, you know, not incredible, but it's definitely helpful. And the increase to the sword damage also increased the cyclone damage. All right, so the evolutions for this one are kind of interesting. This is cool when you're done reloading. You do this big spin attack. It's a little bit bigger than your Cyclone, although I would not call it huge, but it deals 4 times your bullet damage and applies curse, so it kills a lot of things, and if it doesn't kill something, it deals even more damage later. You can get some extra HP and a little bit of damage in your Cyclone Sword. It's not that great in my opinion, or you can get this, which is kind of cool. So you get more move speed, and then your sword does more damage based on bonuses to your move speed. This is definitely the fun option, but I think I'm gonna take this because 30% move speed is quite a lot. I'm just really zipping around. And now my sword also does more damage because I have a lot of move speed bonuses. I have the move speed tree, and I guess I should really look at some point. How many move speed bonuses do you get from the tree? I forget what the first one is. It's like 20% or something. You can't look at it while you're choosing an upgrade, unfortunately. But yeah, it's like 20%, and then there's the Ride Like the Wind, which is another 40%, assuming you haven't been hit. So that's like 60, and then there's like another one in there, the Bernie one, that's like 10. So it's like, plus the 30 that came with the evolution, it's like 100%, so it's basically doubling your bullet damage. All right, we got this. Yeah, let's just take more bullet damage. I'm fine with it. I could have re-rolled and kept searching for Frost, but I think I'm strong enough that it's all right. What is that? It seems like it's 104 damage, and just a little while ago we were saying it was 54. So yeah, it's almost doubled the damage of my weapon to take that evolution. The fact that move speed bonuses apply to your weapon damage is pretty powerful when the thing itself comes with 30% and you already had somewhere in the neighborhood of 60. Oh my gosh, I don't have magnetism yet? This would be very nice to have, but I think the Frost is more important because it actually increases my power quite a bit since I have the on-hit effects from Glare already active. And I really, really want to be freezing enemies that come near me. It just makes it a lot easier to survive with this up-close and personal gameplay. I really like this build. It's a fun one. The dragon, you can see that the fire breaths do have the reach to go to the edge of the screen. So the dragon takes care of stuff far away, and the sword takes care of stuff that's close by. Now, this is cool and all, but I really just want to get the magnetism now that I realize I don't have it. Okay, we got this. Bullets deal 10 more damage. That's just a really strong one, so obviously I want that. This isn't actually as strong in this build as it would be in others. If you're playing something that pierces a lot of enemies and bounces around a lot and has low damage, like, you know, the SMGs or something like that, or like the fire weapon, something that shoots a lot, but the damage, the absolute damage is low, then the flat 10% or 10 damage increase is stronger, but still, I think it's just silly not to take it. All right, yes, it's cool to get this, but I think I am just still searching for summon stuff. Oof, this is a rough one. We're forced to get either a new tree that's not super valuable, or this, which does nothing, but I'll take it just because that, if you're getting something that's kind of crappy, you might as well get it from an existing tree. All right, we're just zipping around and trying to get all these orbs with our basic 0% magnetism. I am gonna use my dragon. Okay, the dragon is, oh, is it over 300? It's up to 383 damage. So yeah, the dragon is one-shotting everything now. However, the dragon's fire breath does not have infinite piercing, and of course the dragon is limited by speed. I'm gonna take the magnetism. 50% for that starting upgrade is just a lot. I really want to get experience because there's a lot of different things I want. I still think I haven't really maxed out all the summon trees. And I just really want to square away some of those upgrades. Like, I don't even have Frostbite yet, the one that makes it so that enemies lose a percentage of their HP whenever they get frozen. Okay. Yep. This is a section in this build where you can just use your dragon. I still have not looked up if this is if it was Trogdor or Trogzor. So I'm still guessing. Once the eyes appear, stop fooling around. Once the eyes appear, get your weapon out. You really need to kill those eyes. I'm curious, how much does it do when I do my Cyclone Sword? 117-ish? Oh yeah, I guess that is just the weapon of it's the same as the damage of the weapon. I forgot. But yeah, so the fact that my, you know, bullets share my dragon damage is definitely not insignificant. All right, we got a mini boss over here. I'm not super worried about like getting up close to it or anything like that because I know that my dragon will eventually wear it down. This is cool. I'm gonna take it. The glaring happening twice as often is stronger now that I have frost, so that my on-hit or my glaring applies the on-hit effects of my bullets. So happening twice as often helps as I maneuver this tricky mini boss. We really want to kill the eyes to stop the projectiles, because the projectiles are an easy way to die. And then keep the cursor pointed towards the dragon, or keep the cursor pointed towards the boss so that the dragon hits the boss when possible. There we go, the boss went down because the dragon does do quite a lot of damage. And then we get our second thing. 3 Halo pieces can now appear as you upgrade choices. Okay, great. The other upgrade Shana gets is kind of a famous one in 20 minutes till dawn power gaming circles because it is the one that triples the effect of the next upgrade you take. It's very swingy. It can be really just game breaking or nothing or something in between. I like getting more pickup and vision range, but man, I think we just want more attack speed. Every extra bit of attack speed, every increase in the rate at which this dragon shoots out, it's now over 500 damage fire breaths, is a big ass deal. Okay. Let's just navigate around here. Again, main focus is killing the eyes. And then, as long as the eyes are dying, I'm not super afraid of the trog doors. Okie doke. Very thick pack of those guys. Dragon fire, not quite making it through. All right, we've got this again. I could re-roll, but we'll just take this. I like the pickup range. You know, if you're not inspired by any of your level up choices, might as well make it easier for yourself to level up again. Maybe the next level up will be better. I think, I'm not sure, but I think there are still some more summon upgrades from the 2 meta summoning trees I haven't taken. So it'd be nice to get those. I still haven't gotten, I don't think I've gotten Frostbite. So yeah, I think I've only just gotten the 1 Frost upgrade. Granted, one of the Frost upgrades is the Icicles when you run out of ammo, which is not super strong, but still. All right, there's Frostbite, and there's a Halo piece. Yeah, as cool as that is, I really want Frostbite. If Frostbite wasn't there, I think I would start collecting those Halo pieces. The Halo thing just kind of makes your gun a lot stronger eventually, but it's not as great as you would think. It's kind of is like the dragon in a way, where you think, man, this summon is 3 minutes and an egg before you even get it. Like 3 minutes is a long time to wait for your summon to pop out, considering that it's only a 20-minute game to begin with. And then the dragon is fine. I mean, it does a ton of damage if you get all the upgrades for it in a timely fashion, but still, because of the lack of piercing, it's not like gonna carry the game for you or anything like that. All right, nothing amazing. We'll take a Halo piece. The extra Halo pieces that we have to collect now, you know, mean that leveling up is even more valuable than ever. And that's, again, I'm gonna harp on this, sorry. It's like why I really wish that you could choose the order of your upgrades. So Shana's got the experience gain increased by 40% upgrade. So if you get that before you get your Halo pieces collecting, that's very, very good. But if you get like the Halo pieces as your first upgrade, then that's kind of lame because it dilutes your upgrade pool with something that does nothing early in the game when you're desperate to build your power and you haven't yet gotten the increase to your upgrade leveling speed yet. So it's just a bit inelegant. All right, I'm trying to kill the eyes while also bringing down the boss. All right, there's no Halo piece here. That's good. Fine, I might as well try to get the Halo pieces. Didn't get one, but we at least have more summon speed. I don't care too much about the lightning, but Dragon shoot faster. Make me happier. Okay, just shoot some fire breaths at the dragon, and then I really want to not go too crazy with it, because again, I'm always trying to clear the eyes. All right, what do we got here? We got the rate. Oh, okay, so this is cool. All damage increase bonuses to move speed. That actually, oh God, Jesus Christ, that's actually really, really good. That's insane. Tome of Rage is fine, but I don't want to lose the bullet damage. This one's actually very cool for elemental builds. We haven't gotten it yet, but like if you imagine the bat build or the SMGs, having triple your base max ammo is very, very strong because you can shoot a lot longer. This is very fun. I'm gonna take the Tome of Summoning. So my dragon now it gets a 50% boost to its attack speed. It, as you can see, is now really popping off those fire breaths. And the 50% bonus to damage. And on top of that, you lose 50% reload speed. But with this build, it's actually okay because you're doing your Cyclone Sword effect while reloading. So reloading slower is actually fine. And then here's our final thing, triple the effect of the next upgrade you take. That's a very strong one, potentially early or in the middle game. But if you get it at the end, it doesn't really matter very much because we're already overpowered and we're gonna win no matter what. For funsies, I am gonna reroll and try to find another Halo piece. We need 2 more. Okay, now we need 1 more. Wait a minute, was that it? Oh, never mind, that was the 3rd one already. Okay, there it is, fire rate, reload rate, vision range. The vision range actually is interesting. I forgot about the vision range part. That means that glare is absolutely ridiculous with it. Interesting. So now enemies are taking damage in a very wide radius around me. Wait a minute. What the hell? Was that a bug? I thought I only had taken... Oh my God. I think this is a bug. I'm pretty sure this is a bug. Because you're supposed to need 3 Halo pieces to get the Halo. I thought I only had 2, but then the Halo dropped. So I was like, oh, I guess I must have gotten the 3rd one and forgotten. But then I got the 3rd one and the Halo dropped again. Yes, I am pretty sure it's a bug. All right, what am I even looking for here at this point? I guess Shatter is fine. Oh, wait a minute. No, I figured out. It's not a bug. It's not a bug. Okay, I totally forgot. I got the chest that says triple the effect of the next upgrade you take. So I took it, and I ended up forgetting about that because I'm bad. And then I got a Halo piece, and the Halo piece got tripled, so it was like getting 3 Halo pieces. And that's why I got the Halo, and that's why the 3rd piece was still available for me to find in the pool. Okay, I get it. So that was not a bug, sorry everyone, false alarm. Strange interaction perhaps, but not a bug. All right, I'm gonna kind of see, with the power of my, nope. Okay. Was that a skill issue, maybe? I was trying to see if I could survive with my dragon without moving. And I probably got hit. It's close. It is at the very least a close call. So I'm not gonna screw around with it. Splinter, more freezing. This would give me more damage, but yeah, let's take the Splinter for more freezes. So yeah, that triple the effect of the next upgrade you take is kind of silly because you can get stuff like automatically kill enemies at 20%. Becomes automatically kill enemies at 60%, which is kind of silly. More attack speed, absolutely. Oh, I shouldn't have taken that. I messed up. The thing is, that's the thing that makes your summons have a 15% chance to automatically kill non-boss enemies, which means that at some point here, I'm accidentally gonna kill one of the trees and summon the extra stupid boss at the end. I was meaning not to take that, and then I saw, oh, summon speed increase. Yeah, there goes, the tree just died. All right, let's grab some more pickup range. Now that I've triggered the Wrath of the Trees, I am gonna point my dragon at the trees to melt them down so that we can just not have to worry about them. And I suppose it'll be nice to test the power of this build against the final boss. I think it'll be pretty good because the dragon's damage is really high. It's over 1,000 at this point. And the fire breaths go a long distance. And I got the glare with a really high vision range thanks to the Halo. And that will help freeze the final bad guy in place. My weapon is not going to be super great at freezing him in place because of the short range. All right, this is all new stuff. Nothing great. I mean, I can add some lightning. I can add some air magical reroll just to see if there's anything lying around. Yep, there is. More vision range. Absolutely. Let's glare things even further out from myself. Can I survive standing still? Maybe. I definitely need to try to kill the eyes before they shoot balls if I want to stand still. Yeah, let's start shooting. I think shooting is fine here. Oh, there's still another tree. All right, gotta try to kill the trees. If you're gonna kill one tree, gotta kill all the trees, right? That's my philosophy about the environment. Don't just half-ass it. All right, everything is new here. I'm just gonna reroll in case there's something I've overlooked that's not new. Nope, it's all new. We'll take the bullet speed, I guess. Although I don't think anything mattered there. Maybe the curse would have actually mattered more. I don't know if actually this cyclone thing affects curse or not, or triggers curse. Okay, I just noticed it's ridiculous how much I am attacking with my sword. She's got arms flying around like noodles. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Yep, yeah, you know what? I'd say it's a nice little cohesive build. You sword the stuff in front of you, and the dragon hits the faraway stuff. All right, we're at 1 second. There's the guy. I guess we'll take some more bullet damage, and we'll just run around and kill him with the dragon. I don't want to get close. I don't want to have to play the minigame of dodge the red circles. All right, I don't think we're gonna level up, although thanks to the early pickup of that 40% level boost, experience gain boost, we got to level 41, which is really, really high. Well, I don't know if it's like really, really high in like the gaming community or something. Crazy people going up to level 50 or whatever, but for me, that's pretty high considering a lot of them are gonna end for me like a level 36 or so. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.